What's up, guys? Welcome to Among the Fence, my YouTube channel where I do music reviews on albums and singles and EPs. My name is Aaron, and I noticed that the percentage of people that were unsubscribed that viewed my last video was extremely high. Normally it's between 50 to 60% unsubscribers, but this time it was like 82%, which is crazy high. So if you're into metal reviews on like deathcore and metalcore and death metal bands, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on any of my future content and just help support me and my channel and make me feel good about myself. And if you have anything you want me to review, new, old, album, whatever, go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know what it is, and it'll be featured on an upcoming Request Wednesday. But on today's review, we're going to be checking out the new song In the Court of the Dragon by the band Trivium. The heavy metal / metalcore band from Florida is back, with it just being barely over a year since they released their 9th studio album titled What the Dead Men Say, which was in my top 5 favorite albums of 2020, and probably everybody's top 5 favorite albums from Trivium. I'd say it's really close to Sin in the Sentence. Some people might like it a little bit more. I would say it doesn't really touch Ascendancy or Shogun. Ascendancy for me personally, because that's my favorite album, basically just for nostalgia's sake. I will admit that it's not quite as good as Shogun, but it is a personal favorite of mine. And a lot of people were speculating that In the Court of the Dragon might be going back to those older style roots that Trivium once had. So it's kind of, I was excited to see where they were going to go with it. The title comes from a short story found in a book by Robert Chambers. It's about dread and uncertainty, which is a perfect fit for the time that this song was being written during the pandemic. But they kind of wrote their own story based around it. And since they didn't have like a deadline or anything like that, pressuring them to hurry up and move along, they felt like they were able to really explore their creativity and flex their creative muscles a little bit more, and it shows. In the Court of the Dragon doesn't waste any time. It gets straight to business. It starts out with the chorus, which has Matt's dirty vocals, a groovy guitar riff, and some sweet licks thrown in between. It then jumps into the verse, which speed things up quite a bit with a traditional Trivium riff that's a little Shogun reminiscent in a way, and I love how they kept the distorted vocals in the chorus and the verse all the way through. It just sounds so good, and it feels like kind of like old school Trivium in a way. We don't get to hear Matt's clean vocals until we get to the bridge, which has a little bit more upbeat, inspiring guitar part to it. The breakdown that comes after it is just insanely brutal, and I love how the vocals, they don't really stay in rhythm with the music all the way through. About the third time through, they just keep on plowing straight through. It really brings out the aggression and drives the emotion. I also didn't really particularly care for the guitar tone. I mean, it doesn't sound bad. It's just Matt's guitar, his active pickups, they're very compressed, and you can really hear it. The lyrics portray a warrior that's off to fight this dragon, and it's all kind of like a build-up leading up to this encounter. If I had to guess, I would say the solo is when this fight happens or when they actually encounter each other, because it's just what it sounds like to me. It's epic, it's fierce, and it's almost like Dragon Force through the fire and flames-esque in a way, and it's just a perfect fit for this action-packed thing that's about to happen. And if by some chance going through the bridge and the guitar solo and hearing Matt's clean vocals, a little bit more upbeat style guitar riff here and there, and it's a little bit more flashy, if you just happen to forget just how brutally aggressive this song is, the chorus comes back in for the outro, and yeah, it reminds you, just in case if you forgot. And I really like how it comes full circle. You kind of start where it ends and ends where it starts, and I like how it starts out with this aggression. It feels like almost 2 songs that they combined perfectly. It flows so well, even though there's different sections that are completely different from each other. Everything about this song is absolutely amazing, from its storytelling to its guitar melodies and harmonies and its viciousness. This is Trivium at their absolute best. I would say it's probably one of their best songs since some of the songs off of Shogun, and I think that has a lot to do with Matt's, mind the pun, fire-breathing vocals. And even when I try to nitpick it a little bit, like I mentioned how his guitar tone sounded kind of compressed in the breakdown, I could go on and just kind of pick apart little pieces here and there, but honestly, none of those things take away from how truly great this song is. So with all that said, I gotta give In the Court of the Dragon by Trivium a 5 out of 5. And yes, this is the second 5 out of 5 song in a row, which last time I justified it and I mentioned how I'm usually a little bit harder in my critiques, and I get criticized a little bit for being harder on bands and nitpicking things a little bit too much. But if something is perfect and I tell you it's perfect and you go and listen to it and it's just a barely above average song, you're probably not going to believe anything I say after that. So, I mean, this is, to me, it's a perfect song, especially for Trivium. If you're a Trivium fan, this has got to be in like your top 5 favorite songs, because this thing is just, it's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. So I want to know what you guys think. Go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of In the Court of the Dragon, and let me know what you would rate it. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a like. Again, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon to help support me and my channel. Leave a comment below letting me know what I should review next. It'll be featured on an upcoming Request Wednesday. This coming up Request Wednesday, I'm going to do the newest Darko US album, which I'm looking forward to very much. And I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day or night, whenever you happen to be watching this. And I will talk to you guys next time.
I was trying to make it lying.